Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at the 7V designed by Gawk. This was a GB that went live, I believe it was April of 2020, so it was last year. On the side of the box we have a couple of logos of the vendors that ran the GB. And the box itself is really nice. I really like that navy blue color. It's also got kind of like a velvety texture to it. Not sure how to describe it. Inside the box we have the aluminum plate, included foam, and a PCB and a couple baggies with some hardware in it. Getting into the board, we have the 7V in the E white. A little disclaimer, this box was opened already just to check for damages, so you will notice here that the plastic's a little ripped. Quick look at the back weight here, and a little bit of plastic unwrapping ASMR. Nice. We're going to start the build off by putting these rubber feet onto the board. The last thing I wanted to do was to scratch the weight, so this was number one on my list. I wanted to do this video a little bit differently, so I decided for this one I would probably start doing voiceovers from now on, just because it saves with the editing process and yeah, it cuts down on time. The electronic screwdriver that I'm using here is the WOW stick. These screws were pretty tight out of the box, so I'd say the best way to do this is to undo them by hand first and then unscrew them if you are using a electronic screwdriver like this. I also did this process wrong. I realized after that it was a lot easier to remove the base first and then unscrew the weight, but too late for that now. Now we take a look at the PCB. The 7V only came in a soldered version. The PCB is by Wilbatech, so you know it's going to be Gucci. Because this is a leaf spring mount, these PCBs usually have these breakaway tabs. The easiest way I've found to remove these tabs are with pliers. Gives you a better grip, and I noticed when you try to break them off with your fingers, they just kind of bend. I'm actually not quite sure why those breakaway tabs are on there. My guess is would to be maybe protecting the leaf spring. For stabilizers, we're going to be using C3 stabs in teal. They were the only ones I had, so those are the ones we're going to use. The stabs themselves were lubed with Krytox 205. The plate that we went with was the aluminum one, and we are going to be using the supplied foam. One thing I did notice about the foam is you do need to stretch it from one side to the other side. For switches, we're going to be using Cobalt, and these are from Apex. Whenever I build soldered PCBs, I usually like to start on the edges, usually the four corners, and then I just start putting a couple random switches in the middle of the PCB, just so I can solder it down, and it makes sure that everything kind of sits flush. For my soldering iron, I am using the TS100. I'm gonna flip that bad boy over and put everything back together. With the reassembly, I found that the easiest way to put the board back together was to remove the daughter board from the PCB and screw it right onto the weight. Next we're going to do is we're going to fish this wire through the base of the case. And then we're going to screw the weight back onto the base. We're going to reconnect the daughter board to the PCB. The wire actually slips into a little cutout, which is nice and clean. And place the PCB right on top. I'm going to take the top half of the case and screw everything back together. we got everything back together, we take our keycaps. And for keycaps, we're using the CRP Arabics. Arabics? Arabics? And now for the typing test. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe maybe. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve in future videos, please leave them in comments. If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for coming. See ya.